What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and I am out here in a place that I've always wanted to come, Bohol. I'm gonna be here for 2 days and I'm gonna be exploring around the island, but I just arrived here not much ago, and I'm in Panglao Island, which is actually like a main touristy area out in Bohol. You know, they have nightlife, a lot of cool restaurants, a lot of lights. So I'm gonna be wandering around here to see what can I find, and I'm probably gonna be showing you more of the island during the next few days. So without further ado, join me. So this is like an isolated street out here, but once I make it straight to the end, you're gonna see how the vibes changes of the road. When I was in the car coming from the airport over here, it was pretty vibrant and busy. Compared to Manila, this is Holy Week. Manila's empty, and over here, it's crowded with people and nightlife. So I'm gonna walk around here and see all the lights and probably get some food out here. And over here you see how the vibes are. And it's kind of giving me a semi-vibe of Siargao. A little similar to that, but I think over here like the restaurants are actually closer to another one comparing to Siargao. But then over here is more traffic than Siargao, because most of the people, they ride motorbike, but over here is like cars and everything. So a lot of restaurants, you know. It's gonna get busier when I walk ahead. Also, I think a lot of people call this area here in Bohol like Little Korea, because there's a lot of Korean restaurants. A lot of Koreans that come out here. And I think there's even flights from Bohol International Airport to Korea, because they come out here to enjoy the vibes over here. So yeah, pretty cool what's going on over here. This is dope. You can get a Tuk Tuk. It's kind of reminded me when I was in Cambodia. Then you got a restaurant, not a restaurant, like a supermarket here. I literally smelled durian. Here we got one Korean restaurant. And this building over here looks pretty nice. I think it's like either a massive restaurant or a couple of restaurants in one. Then it's gonna get even nicer once I walk ahead. With the fast food chain, and then they got Alona Beach Road, which is like a pedestrian road that will take us straight to the beach. Diamond Reservoir, nice. I do like the vibrant light and a heavy traffic jam because it's Friday. I think tomorrow's gonna be even busier because it's Saturday tomorrow. Then you can park your scooters. Like I said, it's giving me literally like vibes of Siargao and Bohol. And I think it's only been a few months since I found out about this region out here in Bohol. Because usually when I think about Bohol, I just think about the chocolate hills, the Tarsier, and the nature. But I didn't know they had like an area like this that is super touristy with a lot of people. So, you know, I prefer mostly like local areas, but I'm checking it out here. You know, I'm staying in this area for the next 2 days. So. And another thing, it's not too hot like it is in Manila, so escaping a little bit of the heat over there in the capital region. So there's more establishments out here. You know, it's like a little strip mall or shopping center. I might need to pick up a couple of necessities for the hotel, so good to know that we got some spots out here. Here's busy, and you cannot escape this. Jollibee. And busy also, like always. And then they got a McDonald's like right next to it, and it's open 24 hours. What they got going on here? And then pretty busy crowd right here, you know. So you can see mostly a lot of foreigners, more foreigners than local, especially from Korea and China, I guess. So over here to my right should be the pedestrian area of Alona Beach. So let's see what's going on. Wow, this is actually lit out here, pretty dope. Pedestrian for people to walk and all of that. This is a restaurant, Seafood Kingdom. This is actually a massive Jollibee, wow. And they even got a mini mart, like if you need to buy necessities and stuff. So this is literally like a Boracay and Siargao had a baby together. Like a mixture of both, like in Boracay they also have like a pedestrian area like this with shops and restaurants. But then they got like the hippie vibe, you know, which is really dope and really cool. It keeps going, so they got, you know, tons of restaurant options, bars. Seems like it's an ice cream shop right here. And like I say, most of the people out here are foreigners. The locals are probably outside in the mainland of Bohol region. This is Panglao. So I'm exploring this area over here, and then tomorrow I might rent a car and drive to another part of Bohol. Here we got like a coffee shop, I think. The thing is, we gotta watch with the roads. It's not fully paved, it's just like stones and stuff. But they managed to put a van inside here. It seems like it's a fruit joint right here. And they got people here, you know, if you want to go island hopping, but I think I'm gonna do it on my own. There's this monkey tree right here. It goes down the hill, and I think the beachfront should be over here. So maybe tomorrow or Sunday I'll come back in the daytime to capture the view of the beach. So yeah, I just got here. I'm actually really, well, I almost fell. I'm actually really hungry. So I'm gonna focus on finding some place to eat, and then maybe later or tomorrow, or like I said, I'm here for the next 2 days. I'll come back and check out what's going on over that side of the beach. You know, so I'm just seeing what's going out here. Friday, Holy Week, while Manila's literally empty over here, it's actually crowded with a lot of people, and it's pretty lit and open. So I'm gonna see what can I find out here to eat. So I just discovered this pedestrian side here. And they got a couple of barbecue joints and a couple of shops where they sell stuff. Nice. They sell like beach clothes. Nice. Colors are nice. Then they got a restaurant over here. And I think it's a couple this will take me literally where we were coming from. It seems like they do performance, not sure when, but open space right here, and they do the music and stuff. Then Jerry's is like a Filipino restaurant. I had it when I was in Boracay, and it was actually really good. But I'm walking to the main road that I was walking out and see if I can find a restaurant that I can eat, because I'm actually really hungry. This is like the other angle of the road, and it looks actually pretty nice. When I was on my ride to the hotel, I saw this area, and I'm like, wow, this area is dope. So I decided to eat at this Korean barbecue joint where they serve you the food, you know, unlimited food, and then you just cook it right here in front. So it's gonna be like an experience. You know, the other places I try to go, but it was outdoors and the heat is too much, so I'd rather just eat inside here. So they served me a bowl of soup. We're gonna try to see how good it is. It's pretty good though. The soup actually reminds me of the soup that I had in Palenque when I was filming. I even forgot what video was that. The one, it was a food that they come from Mindanao, but it's in Palenque and Gateway and Cubao, so the soup tastes like similar. So I'm not sure it's like chicken, but it's really good. Gotta be careful because I think it's like blazing, but it's a little hard to film while eating in space, but I'm not sure this is like beef or pork. Pretty good. So it's the next day in the morning, and I'm out here waiting for a Tuk Tuk. Gonna go to an area there where they got cars. I'm gonna see if I can rent a car and start driving around some parts of Bohol. So let's see. Just waiting. I think the security guard is helping me hail a Tuk Tuk right here. Maybe this one right here. Probably the best way to get around here. Kind of giving me vibes when I was in Cambodia. We would get Tuk Tuk everywhere. It's a fun ride, you know, and it's really hot outside, so good that I was able to capture this Tuk Tuk. So there's a car rental here. I think there's a couple around Bohol. Hopefully I'm able to find a car so I can start driving around. You know, they do have people here to offer you tours and stuff, but I think I'd rather do it at my own pace, you know, a car, go wherever I want to go at any time. You know, I think that's the best convenient way for me, at least, you know. And you see the road is a different vibe from the nighttime. A little bit more chill. I guess people are sleeping, but I think today's Saturday night. It's gonna be actually busy too. And it's actually hot outside, but yeah. So a little bit of an issue. I try here, fully booked. Then you try, it's really helpful. You try to find another spot, fully booked. But I gotta walk to another side, you know, because I took the Tuk Tuk. I wanted to go to one car rental over here, but he dropped me all the way here in Hertz. I'm gonna try to walk towards the other car rental. I think there's like two of them next to each other to see if I try my luck and if there's anything available. Still early though, you know. Still early, so by today I could rent it. This is what we got here. Pretty chill street. The airport is actually not too far from here. I think I can literally walk from my accommodation to the airport. But yeah, they got a couple of restaurants out here, pizzerias. They got motorbike too. Like I say, Bohol is actually bigger than Siargao, so it'll be too much for my fiance to motorbike in this heat. So that's why I think it's more convenient if I rent a car. So I can just drive anywhere I want to go. They got a Thai restaurant over here. See now that there's a little church that's being renovated over there ahead of me. They got tricycles. I like the way how it combines with the nature, you know, the community. And this is literally Panglao Island. I haven't even made it back. I haven't even made it to the mainland of Bohol. See now there's like a local market over here to my left. Nice, they got a local market. Even over here they sell durians. And I think this is like a local church that's being like renovated out here. Pretty nice, but let me see how far I am from the other location. Doesn't seem like I'm that far. The blue one and a little bit more down. But you know, the map sometimes, it looks like it's closer, but it's actually farther in real life. Here's a little bit more busy. I think the other car rental service that I have my eyes on is somewhere probably hidden in the corner. I just gotta go in my Google Maps and see what can I find. Got a little gas station here, Total Panglao. A couple of businesses out here. The nighttime is nice because they lit up, you know, the buildings. I think it should be somewhere hidden right here. I'm gonna figure it out. So the place I was looking for is not registering Google Maps. And I'm gonna admit that was a little bit of my mistake. I should have looked online or booked a car when I was in Manila. But luckily I found people here that are really helpful. I asked for directions and they are literally calling, you know, for cars for us. So that's the beauty about Filipinos, like they help you no matter what. So it seems like the way it works around here, most of the things, it's just like they're independent or freelance agent. You know, I guess they do it independently and not remotely, but you know, hopefully I can get a car. You know, it's already, what time? Almost 11 o'clock, so hopefully I can get a car and hit the road quickly. I want to go to the Tarsier and the Bohol Chocolate Hills, and then I'll figure out where do I want to go next. So this is the car that I rent. Electric car, so they literally deliver it. Funny thing is that this place where they rent is literally near our hotel. And here I am wasting time trying to find a car rental, but pretty good and pretty accommodating. Here I am driving through Bohol, you know, being careful, but I think it's much easier driving here than Manila. So just gotta watch out for the motorbikes and the Jeeps and all of that, but you know, pretty smooth. So now we're gonna head probably to Tarsier or Bohol, Chocolate Hills. You know, we're going with God over there, so we'll figure what's going on. This is how smooth it is over here, you know. So far I like it, and I shout out to the car rental company. He really accommodated to me. Also the Coast Guards who were out there, they really helped me out, you know. They call and this car, he came and he delivered to my location. So shout out, you know, this is how great the customer service and how friendly the Filipinos are over here. I'm gonna drive more ahead, and if I see anything interesting, I'll stop and show you guys what's going on. My first stop out here to see Tarsier, and they have a sanctuary for it. I think they got like a couple of them, but I'm gonna check out this one in Google Maps, and that's the entrance over here. So I think this is one of the few places where you can interact with them. I think you gotta be quiet, you know, but I've always wanted to see it, so I'm probably gonna see them in person now. So I don't know if you guys can hear me. I gotta be quiet, you know, to not disturb the Tarsier. You know, you can film, picture, but not flash. They only live 20 years when they are in their habitat, so I'm going to try my best to capture whatever I can and whatever I can see. You know, we watch a presentation inside, so let's walk around to see what's going on. Silence over here, so just enjoy what I show you. Pretty interesting spot, but I'm not sure if I'm capturing correctly, you know, the Tarsiers, but I think there's more over here. Some of them, they're sleeping or just have their eyes wide open. So it's a group of people out here. That was a Tarsier Sanctuary. I'm not sure if I was able to capture, you know, something good I managed, but you could see a little bit of the Tarsier. So it's small, but it's a really nice spot, you know, to come and support the local community over here. Next stop is going to be the Chocolate Hills, which is one of the main attractions right here in Bohol. So I think it's in the same highway. We just got to drive a little bit more forward. So, and if I see anything interesting in the highway, I'll just stop and take videos and pictures. So stay tuned. Made this man-made forest out here, so we're literally surrounded by tall trees. It feels like I'm somewhere in New Jersey in the States. And a lot of people, they stop here to take pictures with the trees. You can see there's all the trees out here, so all the way up. It feels like it's the fall season back in the States, you know, with all the leaves down on the floor. Then all of these trees that go high up, you know, all the way out there. This is really cool. Then the Chocolate Hills is over that way, so I'll be heading towards that way. I just did a little stop here to check this out, which is really cool. But now my next stop, I think it's gonna be Chocolate Hills, unless I see something pretty interesting on the way. But yeah, gonna keep making it. Not sure how far it is from here, but keep on with my trek, you know. So, made it here to the park, Chocolate Hills Park. The tickets, we buy them in here. I'll let you know how much, what's the tickets per head. It's like a little hidden spot, but I guess there's a way to go all the way in the top and we check out the hills, you know, the Chocolate Hills. Because this is the entrance, your adventure begins right here. So nicely decorated entrance. Oh, they even have a spot here to eat. Made it to this park. It's pretty big, so it's not just like a park to hike. They got also like, not sure if zip lining, they got rides and stuff. But I just chose the basic, just to walk around, check out the hills, but it's like 80 pesos. That is like $1.50, I think. But yeah, let's walk around and see what can we find, right? Seems like I'm gonna do some hiking over here with the stairs. Workout. Luckily, the trees protect me from the hot weather. Just be careful, you know, when you go upstairs, you don't wanna fall. Wow, I literally just got started here and I'm already burning calories. Damn. I need to get my stuff together doing workout. Only climb here a little bit. And I'm running out of breath and I still gotta go. Oh shoot, I can see all the way up in the top. Oh Lord, have mercy on me. Lucky it's not raining out here, but I drove like almost 2 hours to get here, so there is no backing up. I'm pretty sure that the view is gonna be worth it. So I gotta go all the way up there. Let's see, well, that's all I see. I don't know if there's anything else up the other side, but when I go back down, I'm gonna ask any employee how many steps is this. They warn me about the steps. Look how far I've gone. I need to take a break. But this is part of exploring. Are we there yet? Well, I see the views over there. It kind of reminds me of some parts of Puerto Rico, Las Tetas de Calle, but this is like much more than just two. It's like hundreds of them. And here you can see it from a distance. So I don't know how clear you can see it, but this is the famous Chocolate Hills of Bohol. It's literally shaped like Hershey Kisses. So pretty nice. So my conclusion, it was worth it to climb all the steps to make it over here. And like I said, they got a zip lining over there. There's a guy literally biking ahead of me. See, you can zip line towards the other side, and I think this guy's literally riding a bike towards the other side. But I don't think I would do that, hell no. But I take my hats off for whoever's brave doing that. This is the view of the Chocolate Hills. I'm not sure how much is the elevation, but it's pretty high. But like I said, you got to go all the way up the hills. Like I said, I would literally avoid going up here. This is. But if you're really adventurous and you have a high adrenaline, then I recommend that you do this. So, but yeah, that's actually really cool. The good thing about this is we suffer coming up here, but then going down is the easy part. But yeah, it was pretty worth the 80 pesos to come up here, but now just gonna head down. I noticed they have like a restaurant here with food and stuff. So you can literally hear the species and the birds and stuff. Pretty sure they got a lot of species living in this nature and habitat right here. But like I say, the trees good thing it covers up so it's not hot or humid out here. Imagine if I'm climbing the stairs in the brutal heat, like in Malaysia in the Batu Caves. When I climbed those Batu Caves, it was literally exposed in the sun. So that's part of the adventures, you know, so I'm gonna head back down. So that was a little bit of the park. Pretty nice, pretty interesting. When I was driving over here, I spotted a spot that sells empanadas, which, you know, in Puerto Rico we have empanadas. We call it empanadillas, other regions they call it pastelillos, but then here in the Philippines, especially if you go up north of Luzon, Ilocos, they got empanadas, but I spotted one right here in Bohol, so I think I'm gonna go stop over there and see what they got and grab a bite. I'm actually really hungry. So I stopped here in the road, there's an Empanada Joint right here, like I said, so waiting for my order, and I want to see how it tastes over here in the Philippines. Here it is, actually smaller than what I thought, so that might cost me to have to order another one. Well, let's see how this tastes. So I guess I just eat it like this plain. Look at it. So I'm gonna try. It's good. Let me try now that it has more meat. So this empanada is a little bit different than the ones I eat back home. This one seems to have something in the middle. I think it's egg and potatoes. Like in Puerto Rico, we don't put eggs. We just have the beef, chicken empanada. We even have, I think, shark empanada and seafood. Yeah, but this one's like different, but it's actually pretty good. You know, remember, Philippines also has Spanish influences. That's why a lot of the food is pretty similar. To wash it up, a traditional Filipino dessert, and one of my favorite desserts, especially for the hot weather, halo halo. It's pretty good, you know, it has like cornflake, some sweet beans in it, and some jelly. It seems like it's banana too. There's different kinds of halo halo, but this one looks good, so you just gotta mix it and eat it together. So I was driving, I decided to stop over here. This is like a bridge over here with the water. There's something else happening on the other side, but I spotted some beautiful architecture. You guys know I'm a fan of old architecture. You can literally see it behind me. So I'm stopping here to show you what's going on. Labok, a piece of heaven. So I'm not sure if this district is called Labok, but I want to show you this impressive view over here. This is gorgeous right here. Renovating the square right there, but then look at this. I think it's a church, but it's actually pretty massive and big. Kind of looks a little bit like Intramuros. Like the same style of architecture, and it's gorgeous. And they got this over here, which is pretty nice. Oh wow, there's actually a boat, but it got music. I guess you could take a boat, I don't know, hopefully the music is not covering. You could take a boat and go around this river. It's literally going over that way. So that's a boat that you could take. I guess you can eat dinner and then it just takes you around the river. I like the color of the water right here, and then you see a little bit of a nature. So that's really cool. Show you the other angle right here. So it's 1, 2, 3, kind of like houseboats, and I think this must be like an attraction right here going on. Spotted this area, like I say, while I was driving. When I was driving towards Chocolate Hills, I wanted to stop by, but I decided to go a little bit more forward. And then since I'm coming back to my accommodation, I'm like, let me stop here. But yeah, got my car parked there, so I'm just gonna hop in the car and keep driving. So it's the next day out here. And as you guys see, I was filming Alona Beach in the nighttime, but I didn't get a chance to walk towards the waterfront, the beach. Last night without a camera, I walked, and it's kind of like another Boracay, you know, with the lights and everything. But today, early in the morning, I'm gonna walk to see how crystal clear the water is and show you the vibe. So I'm gonna go over there, you know, show that part, and then wrap up this whole video series of Bohol, which is being actually pretty nice. Well, it seems like this area over here is new. All the hotels over here that they're being built. Seems like it's new. They just got to develop the street. And the accommodation that I'm staying, I think it's also like a new building. So little by little, you know, they're developing more the Panglao area of Bohol, which is like a little island next to the island of Bohol. So see over here, it seems like they're building more. Could be a hotel, a hostel. So it's already popular, this area, but it seems like it's gonna get even more and more popular. Seems like that might be happening to many other towns or islands in the Philippines, you know. There's a lot of hidden gems, and I kind of wish it would stay like that, like hidden, but then once people discover it and they make it viral, you know, it becomes super popular, so that's what goes on. Also trying to rush before it gets really hot outside, you know. Today is Sunday, so I don't know, it might be a little bit quiet today, but we'll find out. Hello, doggy, what's up? How you doing? And over here you see the building, another building. Not sure what it's gonna be. Probably gonna be another hotel too with some restaurants. This is the street where there's a lot of nightlife, but you see how different it is from the daytime. There's another dog here. What's up, dog? That's another cool thing here in the Philippines. You see a lot of dogs, stray dogs and cats. The thing about Bohol, I haven't seen any cats in the streets, so I've seen mostly dogs. But then we're gonna walk here towards Alona Beach, the road area where they got all the strips in the restaurant, and see what else is happening. So pretty quiet out here. I guess everybody is sleeping after a Saturday night of party. But also still the Holy Weekend. Today is Easter. I know the video is gonna be a little bit late when I upload it, but I'm filming this during the Easter Sunday, so. They got like a Thai joint massage. Here's another building they're building up. Commercial lease space. Seems like it might have a couple of business around. And you got the whole place to yourself. Another road down there, down that way. This is what the street looks like. This place lit up pretty nice. And sometimes they have a guy there playing, I think, piano and music. So you literally share this, you know, with the people, the cars, the tuk-tuks, the motorbike. In the nighttime, like I say, it gets busy. It gets pretty busy and vibrant out here. And a lot of tourists. I would say most of the people out here are tourists or foreigners, you know. A couple of Filipinos, but most of them, they're like the employees that work around here. But yeah, you know, it's a really cool area out here. And here, McDonald's, and then they got Jollibees. And like I say, in the nighttime, this is actually really packed over here. It's more towards that way. They got the airport over that way. And then here's where I gotta watch where I walk in the street. Let me see, so despite being a Sunday morning, there's still action and people out here walking. You see, you know, the restaurant joints. Yeah, I think this is not too old. It could be, if anybody's from Bohol know how long they developed this area, but it seems like they developed all the business and then they little by little doing the roads out here. Because once you go a little bit more ahead, heading down the hill towards the beach, the road gets a little bit rough with rocks, so you just gotta watch where you walk if you don't want to have like a bad injury. And last night I ate over here at Tito Bang's. It's mostly Filipino food, you know. Food is good, but I feel like the portions were a little bit small. So me and my fiance, we were still hungry, so we ended up going to another barbecue joint next to our hotel to have, you know, a little bit more food to be satisfied. But like I say, this over here in the nighttime is beautiful. This is a pedestrian area. You can walk over there. They had a fire show yesterday. And this is what I'm saying. Over here, you gotta watch the roads. You know, I'm not trying to complain or anything, but it's just funny how they develop business and stuff, but the road is still. But maybe, who knows, maybe in a bit that's gonna change. Maybe they will pave the road, you know, so it could be more accessible for the people. Yeah, you know, really cool area. Then if you go deep underneath, that's where you're gonna see the waterfront and the beach. So I saw it in the nighttime, but I want to see how it looks like in the daytime. And the water's crystal clear, you know. What is the vibes? I came out here to finish the video. It's not even 10 o'clock and it's already starting to kick the heat. But I think in Manila, it's actually hotter than here in Bohol. At least here we got a waterfront. But yeah, I can already see the ocean ahead of me. I'm gonna walk here and make a left. That's where they got tons of restaurants that lights up pretty beautiful in the nighttime. Here's where they got the beachfront. I gotta tell you, the water is beautiful too. Then they got restaurants right here, you know, then they got people here that offer you their services, but this is what you get right here. Wow, it's beautiful. I've never been on one of those boats. Be pretty interesting. So they got this, and then of course they got, you know, all the establishments in the front. So this is actually, you know, gorgeous, but now let's walk a little bit more forward to see what's going on. Wow, even in the morning there's a lot of people, not crowded, but a lot of people. But last night when I was walking around here, it was actually really crowded. Because, you know, it was Saturday night. Some of the restaurants, they set up the outdoor setting, so this is what you get, beautiful, you know. I think it's a hotel right here. Then the white sands. I tell you, I'm not gonna lie, kind of giving me the same vibes as Boracay. Similar, but this is Bohol. And I just found out about this spot, I would say like in a couple of months. I didn't know that Bohol had a nice, beachfront area like this, which is actually gorgeous. I think this is a perfect area to capture a sunset. Nothing better than catching sunset vibes in the beach. It's like relaxing and peaceful. This is the island life that is pretty famous in the Philippines. Nothing wrong with staying in Manila and hopping on an airplane and flying for an hour and change, and then you end up in a beautiful place like this. Beach life with the waterfront and all of that. So on this side, I want to check the other side of the waterfront, once you pass like the pedestrian street, to see what's going on, because I only walked this side in the nighttime because I spotted all these lights and I saw all the crowds walking by. I want to see what's going on the other side. Is it more local? So I don't know, let's see, but enjoy this beautiful view. Palm trees, crystal clear water, pretty gorgeous in paradise, right? Just past the pedestrian area, so let's see what's going on over this side. Is there more establishments, more business or what? But it seems like they're developing, because I see construction, tractor, and a few things. I don't think there's much happening over this side, but let's find out. We'll have a couple of things, but see, seems like they're trying to make the beach, nicer. So you see white sand beach. I know this goes all the way towards the road that would take me to my hotel, so I think I might do that. Since I'm here, let's explore around and see what's going on. But it seems like they're trying to develop this area over here a little bit more. But a lot of stuff going on, the white sand beaches, business, so it's pretty big, it's like a big strip out here for people to walk, especially in the nighttime. Seems like this is the area where you catch boats, and it probably goes island hopping to another island around here. I see all the tons of boats out there, and then a couple of hotels, establishments on the first floor. This side is actually more spacious than the other side. Like, you see how wide the sand is, and then of course the waterfront with the boats out there. So yeah, it's actually pretty nice. Like I say, this is Sunday morning, so it's pretty chill right now. I'm pretty sure the nighttime or in the sunset, this is probably going to be crowded, because nothing better than watching the sunset with palm trees, beach and white sands. That's literally just like heaven. It's more out here, I think I like this area better than the other side. Literally like a rock over there, so I don't know if it's blocking, or if I go in the other side of the rock, it will keep going, but I'm not gonna even take no chances. I think I'm just gonna turn it back and walk, back towards the longer way. I don't mind walking, it's a good walk out here. Wow, seems like that boat would take it to Cebu. I don't know, it's just scary to ride a little boat like that. I'd rather take a bigger ferry. But they managed somehow, But if you're into adventures, and maybe you will like something like this. There's a breeze out here. I think I'm gonna do my grand finale right here with a beautiful waterfront. So that was the end of my video exploring beautiful Bohol out here in the Philippines. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there. Everybody, God bless y'all. And peace.